What's up, YouTube? Swag Ketchum here. I'm not gonna be able to open up Pokemon boxes for a little bit. I got a little too gnarly last time. It was pretty sick though. But you know what? I'm a man of many hobbies. I don't just frick with Pokeballs. I frick with footballs too, dude. So with the Super Bowl coming up, I thought what better way to celebrate than to take a look at some of the dankest stats of the 2020 season. Now this was a pretty daunting list of dankness, so let me know in the comments if I made any mistakes or if I just like missed something entirely. I was pretty lit when I made this list, dude. Now, these are some pretty dank stats that you're not really gonna find many other places, so you're welcome, Pro Football Focus. All right, so first we're gonna be taking a look at the players that managed to score 6.9 fantasy points in one game. Now keep in mind that all the fantasy related stats are for full point PPT leagues. That's points per toke. Look it up. As you can see, all the players' names are color coordinated based on their position. So we got blue for wide receivers, black for running backs, and white for tight ends. Although the majority of this stat was mostly dominated by the wide receivers for the first half of the season, it's nice to see a little bit of variety with the running backs and tight end as well. But if you take a look at the second half of the season, it's a bit of a different story with the running backs kind of catching up to those wide receivers, dude. Special shout out to Tim Patrick for being able to get this stat twice in one season. Hell yeah, dude. Also, I'd like to apologize if I misspelled anyone's names. Spelling is not my strong suit. Or math. Or science. Pretty good at poetry. Miss Adrian says that whenever it comes to decimals, you can put like a million zeros after them and like it doesn't change anything. So you know where this is going. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at the players that managed to score 4.20 fantasy points in a single football game. What's up? That's what I'm talking about. We got variety, we got consistency. This stat's getting passed around the room real generously, and I'm here for it, dude. What's up? Wide receivers still leading the pack in this stat for the first half of the season. And let's look at the back end. Still wide receivers leading, but you know, the other skill positions are making damn sure to get on this action too, dude. Shout out to Tyler Eifert for managing to get this stat twice in one season. And more importantly, shout out to everyone, dude. Y'all managed to make sure that this stat happened at least once every single week throughout the entire season. It doesn't get much better than that. It's not going to get better than that. Right here, we're going to take a look at the players that had 69 rushing yards in a single game. Really, it's just, okay, it's not looking too good. Let's just look at the second half of the season. Okay, that's better. It's still not great. But y'all really fought for it at the end there, and even got a little bit of help from a new position. As you can see, all the quarterbacks will be shown in this super sick purple, dude. Yeah. Shout out to Aaron Jones for being able to get the stat twice. And shout out to Jalen Hurts for being the only quarterback to be there to pick up the slack, dude. Hell yeah. Let's go ahead and take a look at the players that managed to get 69 receiving yards. Yeah, see, this is more like it, dude. This stat was hit almost every single week in the first half of the year. And it was also entirely dominated by wide receivers. You know, sometimes it's not a question of how dank, but how often are you dank, dude? So let's take a look at the second half. Okay, this is pretty much the exact opposite of the rushing yards stat, dude. I mean, this kind of sucks. I don't know, shout out to the tight ends, dude, for like making sure this stat just didn't go to complete shit by the end of the year. In week 13, Cam Newton was the only quarterback to throw for 69 passing yards. Okay, look, I'm not mad, dudes. It's just, you quarterbacks are really gonna need to step it up next year. It's just not that chill, dude. But it's not all bad for quarterbacks. All these quarterbacks right here, including rookie sensation Justin Herbs, all threw for 311 passing yards. What is up? And while we're on a roll with quarterbacks, Derek Carr and Joe Flacco were the only two players to have 4 rushes for 20 yards. You running backs need to step it up, dude! On the flip side, we've got these players who managed to have 4 receptions for 20 yards. Really appreciate the variety of skill positions here. I'm sorry I got mad running backs. And then we got some more quarterbacks just giving these running backs a run for their money, dude. What the frick? But then we got a little bit of a surprise here with the running backs overtaking the wide receivers at their own game. So that's pretty chill. So those were the dank stats for the 2020 regular season. But it's not over yet, folks. Because now it's time for the Dankies. It's like the Dundies. But Dank, the first Danky for the dankest week goes to week 16 for having a whopping 13 dank stat occurrences, dude. Hell yeah. 4 of those only coming from like 2 players, dude. So that's like 2 each. That's, it's like 2 each. The second danky for the dankest player position goes to wide receivers for having 40 dank stat occurrences. Just barely beating out running backs who had 39. It was a close race, dude. It was pretty sick. And before we announce this year's MDP, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at this year's honorable mentions. The first honorable mention is actually not going to a football player. It's going to the Lions' very own senior writer, Tim Twentyman. Sources tell me that his friends call him 4, dude. You know why. He's not very good at golf. But you wouldn't be either if you were getting lit on the course, dude. The second honorable mention goes to Kalen Ballage. Kalen's first real football game was pretty late in the season, dude. And despite that, what does he do on his first game back? He gets 69 rushing yards. And then the week after that, he gets 68 rushing yards. You know that just had to kill him, dude. Also, at one point in the Sleeper app, he was trending both up and down for some reason. And that's awesome. And the third and final honorable mention goes to Jalen Guyton. He was one of many players to play 69% of the snaps in a game, but he is the only player that has a haircut that lets everyone know he's rolling with 3 Dark Magicians in his deck. This is a Yu-Gi-Oh channel now. What's up? All right, that's it. No more honorable mentions, dude. It's time to announce this year's MDP. Yeet! And the award for the most diligent player goes to Derek Carr, dude. Hell yeah. I mean, there were like 7 other players that were basically tied with him, but you know how it goes. These things always go to the quarterback, dude. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's pretty sick. And here's to hoping next season's even danker than this one, dude.